We're back at Big League Politics headquarters in a secure location below the Mason-Dixon line. My next guest is a very special person. She is, until recently, the chapter president of the Kent State University chapter of Turning Point USA, also a great writer for Liberty Hangout. Kaitlyn Bennett joins us right now from Ohio to talk about why she resigned from the prominent conservative organization Turning Point USA, and she has some things to say to the leadership of this group. Kaitlyn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what happened? You were the #1 activist in the country for Turning Point USA. You were the chapter president at Kent State. What went wrong? What was the trouble in paradise?
Well, they definitely betrayed me after the anti-safe space event, which is what the Kent State chapter was known for. They completely threw me under the bus, left me to deal with the online harassment from it. They then kind of just abandoned my chapter, wouldn't work with us to get speakers, wouldn't work with us to get events scheduled or anything. My bosses were on social media liking things about me being certain words a Nazi.
Wow. Now, this event, this was the thing where the students were in diapers. You set up a safe space, and there were some kids in diapers. I thought it was pretty funny, but there was some backlash.
It was funny.
It was funny, I thought so. National headlines. But what was the backlash to this? The kids shouldn't have been in diapers pretending to be social justice warriors?
Yeah, so basically the backlash on Twitter, I guess, if I had to sum it up, was you dressed in a diaper, and that's embarrassing, thinking that you would own the libs. It was funny. The guy who dressed up wasn't really embarrassed, or else he wouldn't have done it. But I have no apologies for it, and I love being able to say that now because they told me I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So I'm not sorry, and it's hilarious, and I wish I could do it again.
So well, there's still time on the show. But so what was the problem from their end? They were just getting a lot of criticism. They weren't used to that kind of attention. What was going on?
Yeah, so the criticism on their end was that they did not know that he was dressing up. So when the headlines came out and when the media was contacting them for statements and reasons, and other chapter members were contacting them like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing for us, they didn't know what to say, and they didn't know how to respond. And then I was told that it was not a good event, it was not funny, I shouldn't be laughing, and now Charlie Kirk has to deal with memes of him in a diaper, and he's welcome, I guess.
Now, he's the guy who is in charge of this whole operation, right? Turning Point USA. He's the main guy?
Yes, Charlie Kirk.
And he's kind of a serious guy, sort of an Eagle Scout, very kind of somber, severe sort of dude?
Yeah, he's an Eagle Scout.
So he disciplined you after this, right? He got you in trouble about it?
He didn't discipline me. I wasn't necessarily disciplined. I was just told to stop the triggering. I was told to stop with the creativity of my events. Basically, if anything I was reprimanded for, it was for defending myself against other people.
Mm-hmm.
I was reprimanded for defending myself against other chapter leaders who were harassing me, and I got reprimanded for the Charlie Kirk memes that came out of this.
He doesn't like being in memes.
What was that?
He doesn't like being in memes?
He likes the memes of the ones that he makes of himself. I don't know who is so egotistical to put his face on a meme with quotes and put that out there. I don't know. That's just, come on. The memes are bad.
The memes are bad. Now, was this Turning Point, is this the same group that wouldn't allow a question asker at their conference to ask about abortion? Was it Tommy Lahren who was on stage being asked about abortion?
Yeah.
They wouldn't allow it?
Yeah. The attendee was named Chloe, I believe, and she was told that she was not allowed to ask about abortion or Tommy's pro-choice views. And that blew up. Charlie apologized for it, but I mean, no safe spaces, right? That's what they say. No safe spaces, no trigger warnings.
Right. Now, you are a libertarian. You write for Liberty Hangout, which is a great site. Would you say you're a libertarian?
I would consider myself a right-leaning libertarian. You got to kind of throw that in there because libertarians have definitely different factions, I believe. So I'm on the right side of that.
So did you have foreign policy differences with this group in terms of their views on the Middle East or things like that, defense?
Yeah, so I definitely don't believe that our tax dollars should be sent anywhere to any other foreign nation. I believe taxation is theft in all forms, no matter how much it is. And however, they have a giant sign that says taxation is theft, but then a whole division of supporting Israel. That is so hypocritical. Israel gets a lot of our money, and basically, I wasn't allowed to voice that. They never told me not to voice that, but I knew better than to voice that opinion. And yeah, so.
So you think they had kind of a party line mentality about, you know, they do a lot of recruiting work for conservative students on campuses, but it's more like getting them into the party line and not really listening to their points of view and the different opinions that fall under the conservative fold, right? Is that more or less your argument?
Yeah, in the Turning Point groups for their conferences, I know I had some opinion about Israel, and the entire group just went after me. They went after the founder of Liberty Hangout because he attended the same conference, and the managing editor for Liberty Hangout. They just went after him, and we're all like, I thought taxation was theft, but um, you know, and that's the thing is conservatives, they say they're for limited government, but not when it comes to foreign policy, not when it comes to the military and stuff like that.
Very true. Now, have you heard from Turning Point since you resigned?
No, I actually handed in my resignation letter to my boss's face. So I handed that to her and I was like, this has been the worst experience of my life, and I am so happy that I'm leaving. And I walked away and then posted on Liberty Hangout. They only contacted me to ask to remove something in the article, was the actual screenshot of the leaderboard, because they said it violated some kind of contract, even though that contract was expired. But I just removed it anyway because I didn't want to deal with it.
Well, there's a new tweet today from the Kent State chapter of Turning Point USA to Charlie Kirk saying you should have been the one in the diaper. Do you still have a sleeper cell on the inside that's tweeting for you, or was that kind of your last tweet on the way out the door?
I am the only one that has the password now for that Twitter account. It has since been suspended. I'm not sure why, but if I get it back, I totally intend on keeping it going for now until I guess I get bored of it. So.
What is your personal Twitter? Do you have a personal Twitter?
Yeah, I do. It's at Kate Marie OX. I don't really use it a lot. Twitter is brutal. I found that out from the Safe Space event, so I haven't used it a lot. But after this, I think I'm gonna be more active on there.
Awesome. Well, Kaitlyn Bennett, formerly of Turning Point USA, now of Liberty Hangout, a very fun site, joining us from Ohio. Thanks so much for being here. And good luck to you. I think you're going to be a star.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.